Hey everybody, we're doing things differently today. We're actually live at Life Cycle Botanics. I'm with Mark, Shayne, Jeremy. We're all here. There's Jeremy, there's Mark, and there's Shayne. And we're gonna learn all about cuttings and what a nursery looks like. So there's gonna be a lot of information coming, and we're gonna get to learn everything there is about cuttings and how to do better cuttings and why you should not be buying cuttings from the black market because of potential major pitfalls. And we're gonna get into all those as we go. Like I said, this is Mark. He's the owner. He's been in the industry a very, very long time. Tell us a little about yourself, Mark.
Yeah, we've been doing this for a long time. We're a nursery based on Vancouver Island, if you haven't heard of us. We've also have micro production experience. Previously owned a micro facility in Langley. So we've learned a lot over the years. We're excited to be producing plants and bringing clones to the industry.
And Shayne, what do you do here?
So I'm organizing the orders and logistics. I take care of the sales and make sure that people get what they want and that they get it on their schedule. I work with the production team to make sure the timing is accurate with mother stock as well, because you have to time when the cuts are taken off the mother plants and just make sure that they get to their destination in one piece.
Okay, so there is a ton of information that goes into doing cuttings. And interesting enough, the reason why we're here is we're doing a Growing Exposed episode with Mark at Life Cycle Botanics. And I thought, let's kill two birds with one stone, and here we are doing it live. In your opinion, Mark, what benefits are there to a life cycle cut compared to something in the black market? What are the differences? And there's plenty of them.
Yeah, well, that'd be a very long list. I can start off with, one of the biggest threats in the industry of hop latent viroid. We're consistently testing in-house as well as a third-party lab for hop latent viroid. Genetic trials and developments, we spend countless time on running through genetics, flowering them out, seeing if they can check all the boxes before bringing them to market. So there's a lot of R&D that happens before anything becomes to the point where we're going to be selling it to any clients. And the list is very long, but there's just a couple things there that I think that we are unique for.
Mm-hmm. So and pests, right? So typically when you buy a cut in the black market, you're getting the potential of having a pest. You're getting the potential of having hop latent. A lot of gray market cutters aren't going to be doing genetic testing or serious phenohunting. They're going to be giving you, when you ask for a rock star, you might be getting a rock star. You might be getting a mix of plants. This is very specific. This is a business, and there's no room for error or potential of problems, right? So when you order, let's say, MKU, you're getting true MKU, you're getting the cuts, you're getting the date, you're getting the roots, and that's a really big deal. So you're getting what you order, number one. How does someone access cuts from the legal market? What steps are taken if they call Shayne up and say, I want cuttings? If they're an ACMPR grower?
If they're an ACMPR grower, we do have a separate, we have a specific menu for ACMPR growers.
Okay.
They can reach out to us through the website anytime, through email, which is just info@lifecyclebotanics.com. The critical thing to know about our clones, what I think, is that we don't use pesticides. We don't use any oil-based sprays. So the pores of the plant are open, which means that they're going to take off quicker. We regularly test for hop latent viroid. We test all of our mother stock. We make sure that the plants are clean, they're pest-free. We go overboard on our biological prevention. We don't do what's recommended. We do about 3 times that, and we say an ounce of precaution is worth a pound of regret. So we make sure that what goes out is clean, it's pest-free, it's pathogen-free. For ACMPR guys, you want to grow your own product, that's going to equal a higher end result as well. Reach out and have a look at what we got.
Great. And lifecyclebotanics.com?
Yeah, info@lifecyclebotanics.com.
Perfect. Yeah, I can attest to this. I mean, their standards of making sure that cleanliness is next to godliness. Every single room you go in, every single space within this building, you're changing and having to garb up and make sure that the potential of pathogens or cross-contamination, there's no touching this plant and then touching that plant. There's, it's a really serious thing. So interesting enough, all these plants are grown with Green Planet Horti line. And we'll talk about that. How's been the experience using Horti so far?
Yeah, it's been fantastic. It's only been a few months, but having our growers transition, old school growers do, like to be staying in their ways, but it was a big change for us, but it was actually quite an easy transition. The nutrients are really easy to mix. There's lots of customer support. They've been back and forth, just, dialing it in, and everything's looking fantastic.
Amazing. So we'll show the cuttings and we'll go show the mums and we'll take you for a bit of a tour around the facility because this one area is all within one building. And they've also got the ability to buy pre-vegged. So you can buy larger plants also. So you want to tell us about pre-veg and what you offer in that regards?
Yeah, so pre-veg is staged between a clone and a ready-to-flower plant. So what we do is we take out of the equation your first roughly 2.5 weeks of veg. You get a plant that's basically ready to transplant, maybe grow it for another 5 days or so, and then you can flip that straight into flower. The benefits of something like this are you've already got something that's built up its resistances to the environment. It's going to be a lot more vigorous and it's ready to go. Plus, you save yourself the time of the veg. You're saving yourself an 18-hour light cycle. You're saving time, money, and you can get extra crop. An extra crop a year, sometimes more, depending on how many rooms you're running.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and we do them in different mediums as well. We do rock wool, cocoa. Different size rock wool, even up to the actual ready to flip Hugo box 6x6s.
Yeah.
We can customize the veg. We can top them at whatever days preferred by the client to create, a 3 to 5 main bush, if that's preferred, which usually it is.
Yeah.
So we can customize the orders as well.
Super. And you've been entrusted by some licensed producers to actually hold on to their genetics and grow and mother their genetics and do cuttings. And it's a really important note. These plants are super healthy. Like I'll take you, like you guys have perfected the art of doing cuttings. Like look at these things. There's not a yellow leaf in the house. And it's exciting, right? Because you guys are able to do 15,000 cuts in here, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, like 15,000 cuts is no joke. It must take an army of mothers and an army of a dedicated team.
Not just an army, but a good team. Solid people that are efficient.
Yeah.
And they work great together.
Mm-hmm.
Our team is rock solid. I would actually consider them family. We're more of a boutique nursery. We're not a huge producer. We like to focus more on the quality rather than lots of turnover.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I think that's why we're able to keep the quality up, because we keep it tight. Everybody's got to focus on quality control for when they take the cut in the first place. Every clone is hand-picked as well.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we ship it out, you're not getting, if you order 300 clones, you're not getting 200 that are good and 50 that are okay and 50 that are semi-passable.
Mm-hmm.
You're getting 300 that are 100%
ready to rock.
Plus the extras, you're ready to go.
Yeah.
So, and we throw extras in every order, no charge.
That's pretty awesome. So I've known Mark for many, many years, and it was exciting to do Life Cycle because he's transitioned. He's been around so long that he's transitioned into the full legal market. And, we talked about this last night at dinner. There was some touch and go times, right? That we're like, how are we going to be relevant in the new legal market? And for me, it's so good to see old school people that deserve a footprint in the legal market. How's that transition been for you?
Well, it's definitely a steep learning curve. I think we were all a little surprised by what we jumped into.
Yeah.
Like I think most. But now we've been doing this for a few years, learning just more efficiencies, refining our operations. There's very tight margins in the industry, as we all know.
Mm-hmm.
And, we have to tighten up in every place that we can. And, when you think you've got everything running as efficiently as possible, then you got to do it all over again.
Yeah.
And just keep improving. So.
Yeah. So let's go for a little bit of a tour, and we're going to see what the cuttings look like, and we're going to see what the mums look like. So let's go for a little walkabout. Oh, here we go. Hang on a second. Let me just touch the button. So
can you go grab this?
This is called Virkon. It's a spray that's anti-viral. This is necessary to stop the transmission of any potential pathogens like hop latent viroid. Hop latent viroid, as we talked about on the episode, is a very sneaky pathogen. Can we actually get into hop latent viroid a little bit?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, so hop latent viroid was first officially recognized in Canada in 2019, although it was believed to be here much earlier than that, but that's the documented.
So 2019, another virus came to fruition.
That's correct, yeah. It's actually a viroid virus. It hides in certain areas of the plant, so you can have one arm that's affected and another arm that's completely not affected at all.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why we maintain rigorous testing. We just have to test all the time. Mm-hmm. Everything, we haven't come across it yet, but you can never be too careful, right? And the worst thing as a nursery for us to send out something that would be infected would be an absolute disaster, not just for us, but for that producer too. It's still a huge problem in the industry, and a lot of people take for granted that they think they're not going to get it, or that they don't have it. They don't take precaution, and that's why we use Virkon. That's why we constantly sterilize. That's why we change our gloves. That's why we change our scissors. Mm-hmm. We take every step necessary to mitigate the risk of potential transmission of HLBD by treating our plants as though something might have it, Yeah. And that helps to make sure that everything is just kept clean. So, but we do test. We test in-house, plus we also test out to a third-party lab. We do both leaf testing and root testing. Root testing, they say, is more effective at finding it, but leaf testing is just as important. And follow those protocols to make sure that it doesn't pop up.
And continuous testing. I think a lot of cultivators are fooled by sending into a lab for a test and getting a negative and saying I'm clean. Mm-hmm. But that viroid may not be showing yet in that plant, or like Shayne said, it may be hiding somewhere in the plant. So to us, it's about continuous testing, regenerating the plants, testing the young plant as it gets older, continuously testing that to always keep watching and monitoring. Yeah.
So I've always said, when you're buying off of a black market individual that does cuttings, you're potentially buying someone else's problems, and it's very, very hard to fix problems. A viroid like this, you'll never reach the full potential of that plant, and it has been devastating to cultivators, and especially certain genetics. They just are decimated by this viroid. So we've talked about it in the past on Growing Exposed, but it's no fucking joke. And conversely, if you're buying from someone that does the testing, that uses biologicals, that uses fungus that are inoculants to prevent root aphid and certain root insects. Do you want to talk about the Bassiana? How do you say it again? Sorry.
Oh, Bavaria Bassiana.
Bavaria Bassiana.
Yeah, that's a beneficial fungus that we use. We treat all of our mother stock and our clones and our pre-veg. It's a drench, and it's basically creates an uninhabitable environment for root aphids. So it's just another precaution we take. We treat all all orders that go out are treated. So when they do arrive at the facilities, they're basically pre-treated. They have some protection to them, and hopefully that can help to deter any root aphid infestations.
Mm-hmm. These are all little steps that I said it. You're potentially getting someone else's problems when you're buying cuttings from someone that doesn't take all the necessary steps. And conversely, you're buying someone else's solutions if they've done all the necessary steps. And I'm actually blown away at the level of cleanliness and the level of professionalism and the level of, bringing very unique products and ideas to your facility. This was a very, very cool thing right behind. I'm actually looking at the machine right now. I've never seen one of these before because you guys designed it and developed it. And maybe we can actually just show how this plug machine works.
Yeah, would you like to see it in action?
I'd love to see it in action. Can we grab a tray?
Sure.
It's pretty cool. It's right here. And the nice thing about this is typically with a CT66 plug, you have to pull out each individual one. They get stuck. And this is a way of sterilizing the whole tray. They spray it down with Virkon, and you've actually got, this is pretty cool.
So it just slides right in, like so.
Without damaging any roots,
So
slides in.
Roots, the arms are all lined up so that they go right down the seams of the tray, as you can see.
Yeah.
And we just hit this lever right here, and that pops up everything at the same time. So you take out each one and check the roots.
Without damaging, and
There you go.
you can. And this is a way of actually hand picking each individual clone and ensuring that there's a standardized, everybody gets the exact same clone every single time. So one of the things I really, really liked about this facility. So we're off to the mother room where all the genetics are, and literally click it down, they all pop back down in, and you've got, that's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, completely unique to you guys. I've never seen it before. And
yeah, a lot of thought went into that, but it's been a really strong asset for the company.
mm-hmm. It's a way of mitigating transmission of potential pathogens, number one. And number two, you can pop every single clone out in a second.
Yeah, without the risk of causing any damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's super. Very, very cool. I mean, you'll also see BioBest, all the potential nutrient deficiencies and all the potential diseases. One of the things that they do here every single day is they put leaves under microscopes to assess the colonization of your beneficial microbes or beneficial funguses, insects. So you're able to identify if you're short on insects on your mums, which is super important because when it comes to beneficial insects, it's a war between non-beneficials and beneficials. And for those that don't know, what beneficial insects you're using in here?
Yeah, so by monitoring them, we can look at the populations and make sure that we're always well stocked on certain beneficial bugs that we use. One is Swirsky, Cucumerus, Hypoaspis. There's a few different ones we'll add at different times just as precautions. But by monitoring it daily, it really helps us to make sure that we're always keeping good populations here, and of course watching for any bad pests.
Bad pests, exactly. So let's go see moms. This is the heart of the operation. So these are all moms. And how many different genetics are you guys growing in here?
We usually keep around 14 to 16 in production. That's for being able to supply orders of anywhere from 1,000 to 1,500 of each one every few weeks. And of course, we keep a lot of reserves and constant rotations of genetics, bringing new stuff in, and just following the sales and the demand for them.
Okay. Give us a few ideas of your heavy hitters. What's your kind of everybody's got a favorite child.
Well, that's hard to say because we've got a lot of the old school classics like your old pine tars and your death bubbas. We call those the classics. Your pinks. And then we rotate through a lot of hybrids, some that really stand out. I don't know which ones would say our favorites are, but yeah.
Gastropop is
It's a staple.
it's a staple. What kind of effect does Gastropop do? And what kind of terp profile? What does it smell like?
Well, first off, Gastropop has, I mean, it's been tested in multiple labs at almost 5% terps.
That's super high.
Like very high. I think myrcene was one of the highest of the terps.
It's the highest, and it's actually been the highest test result for myrcene at one of the big labs that they've ever seen.
Seriously.
Yeah.
I mean, at 5% and high myrcene, myrcene is typically the terpene that you find in mangoes. So it's a very sedative, happy, nice terpene. I love myrcene.
Yeah.
As a terp profile. But when you're getting into the 5%, that's a hitter.
Yeah, and it's one of the things with the genetic is that the terpenes last like that. The Gastropop, can be sitting around for 8 months, and you open up a jar and it smells like it was just cured. It just holds its terpenes so well. So that's one of its strong points too.
Yeah, that's one of the boxes that we were talking about earlier that typically doesn't get checked. You're gonna, obviously people that normally find a genetic, they want to look at, cannabinoid profile, number one, terp profile, but how long does the aroma last for, right? Bag appeal has been one of the things that people like in the industry, but these guys are looking for strains that also stand the test of time. And that's something I don't very often hear, right? That where you're opening the jar 6 months from now, 8 months from now, and it smells like it's just been cut 2 weeks ago. That's important. So at this juncture, we're going to add in Sarah, and we're going to have Sarah ask us questions. And she is going to, there you are. Hi.
Hi. There's always that lag in between.
There is. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. This doesn't happen very often. You're usually behind the camera.
This is my first time. Yes.
This is a nice switch up. How we doing for questions?
We have a ton of questions. How long do you keep a mother, and how do you avoid root bound?
We don't like to go any longer than 16 weeks of the entire life of the mother plant. So we do continuous rotations, making sure that we don't let it get root bound. After several times cutting the mother plant back, it can start to create stress, and the plant will slowly degrade. It'll lose its vibrancy after a while. So we like to keep a fairly consistent rotation.
And if I could jump in, this is something I learned yesterday, is he keeps a queen plant for substantially longer that he can go back to. So he basically has mothers of mothers that can stick around and guarantee the vigor.
Okay. What's available on the menu for ACMPR's clients at the moment?
Right now, we've got our Citrique. We've got a Girl Scout Platinum. So let me just go back there. Our Citrique is a sativa, very strong sativa strain. Mm-hmm. We've got our Girl Scout Platinum, which is a nice hybrid, cookies cross. We've got the Real Death Bubba, which for those that want the heavy hitter, that's the one that's gonna knock your socks off. Pine Tar for the connoisseur smokers. And we've also got our Tropical Cherry, which is it's very unique. It's a very purple bud, pretty cool looking plant, and tastes a bit like grapefruit, I'm told. And it appeals to those that like kind of that more exotic kind of hybrid strain.
Super. The question was, do you leave water at the bottom of the trays in the cuttings? And if so, how long till you change it?
No, we do not leave water in the bottom of the trays.
Yeah, they actually have a really cool, and then we should probably show you. We've got a really cool irrigation system that when they go to irrigate the clones themselves, they dip the whole tray, and the water literally wicks up into the tray itself. So there's no top watering. It's all coming from the bottom. And they're able to also mitigate the potential of any pathogens by running the water in this system through a UV sterilizer on top of that. So not only are they irrigating, but they're also minimizing the chance of potential pathogen being passed plant to plant.
Okay, very cool. Can you sell interprovincial to ACMPRs?
Yes, we can. Yeah, we can sell across Canada, and we can deliver anywhere overnight, unless you're in Quebec. Might be 2 days shipping just for Quebec and anything east of that.
What specifically are you feeding them? I know Justin said that you guys are GP all the way. Is there any specific ones that you're using?
For nutrients?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're running the Green Planet, the Horti line, and a few other additives with that. But
yes,
I can jump in here.
Yeah, thanks.
They're running the Green Planet Horti line. It's our powder line. It's a commercial line. And they're running VitaThrive. They're running our Pro Silicate. And I think that's it. And the plant's health and vigor so far, I don't want to put words in their mouth, but they're very happy with the vigor and the overall health of the plants.
Amazing. Good. Is there any foliar feeding? I know you just said it's all...
No, we avoid foliar feeding and any spraying if possible. We have a lot of beneficial predator bugs here. So any spraying can hurt the populations of the beneficials. So we try to avoid as much as possible.
Makes sense?
Absolutely. What type of packaging do you use for shipping?
It's a great question. Also a very innovative, they've thought of something. Can we actually show them the packaging?
We can. Give me 1 second.
Because it's pretty cool. And they've designed a box and a finger system that locks all the plants in. And even if the plants go upside down in shipping, they can be dropped upside down and you're not going to have any damage to the plants, which is pretty unique. So they're busy getting it. Let's go to the next question.
How long does it take if you're shipping to the U.S.?
How long does it take if you're shipping to where?
To the U.S., like the States.
Yeah, it takes the next probably 10 years until legalization.
Right. Good call.
Yeah.
Okay. Going into when we were talking about testing, I know that you continuously test. What stages should we test at was the question.
That's a good question.
That's a good question.
Yeah. So basically, if you're, Hoplite and viroid can come in seeds. It's really important to know this. A lot of people don't realize that it actually can come in seeds as well. So the ideal times to test is usually within about the first 3 weeks, and then again about 3 weeks after that.
Yeah, and consistently, they're testing all the time. Like they have a RNA. What is the unit called? They actually have two of them, which are little computers that test for the viroid all the time, and they have two of them only because they want to make sure that the other one's working. It's redundancy, and more redundancy.
And the third-party testing as well.
And third-party, because...
Another question that came in with testing was, before you ship off a specific clone, do you test that specific clone right before?
So do they test that specific clone before it gets shipped out?
Double check everything?
No, but everything is batch recorded here. So every batch from every mother plant is tested.
Do pathogens survive on surfaces as well as organic matter with cannabis?
Yes, they do. Yes. Different surfaces have different survival rates. The pathogen can survive in water, it can survive in soil, it can survive on the countertop for a limited period of time. That's why it's important to disinfect the surfaces after we do anything on them. And yeah, that's one of the common mistakes people don't realize, because the viroid is in the sap of the plant. So anything that sap touches is potentially at risk of transmission.
Yeah, including the roots. So that's important to note. And what's nice about that rooting popping machine is after they've popped it, they can spray the whole surface with Virkon to And Virkon is a viricide that is very effective at limiting the transmission of this virus.
And taking note that isopropanol does not work.
Yeah, that was an interesting fun fact that I learned here, that iso by itself, I always thought isopropanol was a antiviral fix, and it's not. Actually, it works out the opposite. It has the potential of spreading it more, funnily enough.
Yeah, that's a misconception that it kills viroid. It doesn't at all. The only things that work is bleach, Virkon S, and open flame.
Yeah, so we don't want to burn the place down, and
How often do you take from the mothers?
Depends on the genetic and the recovery time. On average, it's 3 weeks. Some plants recover quicker than others. Maybe in 2 weeks, they're fully regrown and ready for more cuts, but it's really strain dependent.
Do you carry Black Domina?
Black
Black
Domina.
Domina.
Well, we don't. Or do we still have that in reserve?
We had Black Domina years ago. I don't think we
Yeah,
have
that
it
was a
anymore.
classic. That's a good one. Whoever asked that question must like some old school
They've been
stuff.
around
That's
a while.
cool.
Old school Black Domina for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, we had it back in the old days. Maybe we should show our packing.
Yeah, let's show that. Let's show
Yeah.
the packing method. Is it ready to show?
Yeah.
Let's do
Yeah,
it.
it's ready.
Let's
Let's
do
do
it.
it.
I'll follow
Let's
you.
go. Mark, you want to do the demo?
I'll let John go ahead.
Yeah, you want to do it, Johnny? Sure.
So this is something I've never seen before. Literally.
So we basically have a comb that keeps in every single plug. So if you flip it, you send it through Perlate or anybody, and they, ship it and accidentally go upside down, maybe you'll lose that.
Maybe you lose the new Green Planet tags.
Yeah, but you won't lose any clothes.
And literally, they can. You've tested this to be dropped
Oh, yeah.
upside down.
Oh yeah.
How cool is that? So
They won't come out.
right. So
And we put a dome on that. It goes inside the insulated box.
Throw it in and give it a shake upside down.
There you go.
Lid pops on. And we've got a cardboard powder shell that we wrap this in. We don't need to do that for demo purposes, but that is 100% secure.
and ready to go to the producers. This is beautiful. It's a genius, super. I mean, I always love finding processes that work and help growers achieve better results. And that just the smallest thing like that you guys developed yourselves, that's pretty impressive. And excitedly enough, I'll show you guys this too, because I think it's cool. Dropping down. This is, we designed these for Life Cycle specifically. Plant identification tags from Green Planet. So if you want any, we're happy to send you some. And excitingly enough, we're going to be putting a URL on the back that shows specifically the episode from Life Cycle Botanics. This one goes to the website currently, but there's going to be the next batch will be going right to the episode. So that's to come.
Okay, we got another question that came in. Do you carry any strains that are resistant to PM and other outdoor problems growers run into in the southern Ontario?
We do, and we have some mostly indoor strains that do well indoors, but some will perform quite well. We do have some clients that have hybrid greenhouses in Ontario, actually, and they deal with very high humidity. So, yeah, if you ever want to look through our menu, we'd be happy to get in contact and recommend a few.
This is the exciting thing about being able to buy genetics for people that have done, number one, the testing, number two, they know all the traits about the plant. So they're experts in ensuring that you're being given exactly what you paid for versus, like I said, you're potentially buying someone's problems or you're buying someone's solutions. And it's one of the things I really like about Life Cycle. I've grown their plants before. I've grown your Mighty Mite, and that was really fun. I'm currently growing outdoor citrique for fun. I love sativas, and I can say this without a doubt. There's great vigor So you guys have done a really good job trying to find plants that perform. Let's talk about Blackout Bobby. Tell me about Blackout Bobby. It's a very common strain within a lot of the LPs right now.
Yeah, so Blackout Bobby is a gelato rainbow chip cross.
Yeah.
Exotic, definitely has a gelato characteristics to it. It's got a good THC level.
Yeah.
It's relatively low maintenance, easier to grow. So for those that want something that's not too much of a challenge, it's quite good.
Yeah.
And it's got a very unique exotic profile to it. So
Mhm.
plus, as far as I know, I think we're the only ones that have got it. So it's not too common out there.
Super. And the other part about this is it's a misconception that starting from seed, you're not going to get the hop latent viroid. The way you avoid hop latent viroid is testing, cleanliness, testing. And that's one of the things that really drew me to Life Cycle is you guys are fanatical from every literal link in the chain on your from clothing to cleanliness to wiping down surfaces. They are all super diligent here. Yeah.
Is there a limit on how many you can ship in one order?
Is there a limit you can ship in one order?
The maximum or minimum?
Both.
Maximum, no. We would ship different methods if they're larger orders. We would then palletize the whole entire order and actually ship. If it's out of province, we would go cargo jet and airship. Anywhere in BC, we have several methods where we have our own climate controlled delivery van, or we use certain couriers that are also climate controlled. So no maximum. Minimum, we have different minimums for commercial and for ACMPRs and different price points. So if there's a request to reach out to us, we can always look at what we can do and try to accommodate any size order.
Awesome.
If they want to reach out, who should
Info at lifecyclebotanics.com.
info at lifecyclebotanics.com is the way.
Awesome. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it for questions.
Awesome, Sarah. Yeah, I think that's probably close to it. You got a full synopsis of Life Cycle Botanics. We're here on Vancouver Island. We went fishing this morning. We caught some fish, which is exciting. We slayed a couple salmon, and it's been a real treat. It's nice to be able to feature a company that really cares about cannabis the way they do, and you'll get to see a lot more on the next Growing Exposed. So thanks so much for tuning in, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
Have a wonderful
Thank
day.
you.
Bye, guys.
Thanks, Sarah.
Bye.
Peace.